It's everywhere. If it's everywhere in advance, it's a psyop. Nearly everything is a psyop from this point onwards. It has been for a little while. I'm going to drop a clanger. What's planned for Bernie shortly? I know, this sounds cuckoo, doesn't it? We had a cruise ship come and it left. No cruise ship in the dock. And then all these tourists came in by bus. Stayed here for a couple of days. Like buses, plural. Many, like 4 or 5 bus loads. It's only a small town. So for some places that might... 4 or 5 bus loads isn't many. No, that's right. It's not. It's a piss in the ocean. But for Bernie, it's a lot. There's a whole bunch of bus loads. I took notice, not so much following, but I took notice. I took very keen notice. So I know what goes on around this place. I'm an observer. I don't walk around staring at my phone. Don't even know where it is at this point. Don't care. I don't walk around looking at my phone. I walk around, I have situational awareness, public awareness, situational preparedness, all that. I've always been that way. Thanks, Grandad. Probably a good thing. I've always got my head on a swivel. Not that I'm paranoid. I'm aware of my surroundings. And when you notice that people have noticed you noticing them, then they go away and change their jumpers and swap partners. You're like, hang on, you was just wearing a red jumper and you was holding her hand. When it's everywhere and they're ramming it down our necks, keep your head on the swivel is all I'm saying.
Been called in on a Sunday for an urgent last-minute challenge to protest restrictions as Israel's president flies into the country. The Palestine Action Group wants to overturn extraordinary police powers coming to effect in Sydney ahead of Isaac Herzog's visit. The demonstrators are planning an unlawful march tomorrow from the Sydney Town Hall to the New South Wales State Parliament. Police want them to hold a stationary rally restricted to high...
C word. What's unlawful about it? It's not unlawful. There is no such thing as unlawful on that. It's not unlawful. Unlawful, eh? What would you know about law, you grub? Or was you meant to say illegal? Nobody has the right to tell Australians what Australians can do in Australia, so long as they are committing no crime, and assembling is not a crime. The only thing unlawful about that is it's a sponsored protest. They're even, come on, where's this footage coming from? It's not tomorrow yet, but they've already got footage of it. Wake up. Wake up, stupid.
Park only.
President Herzog has been invited to Australia to support the Jewish community still deep in mourning for the victims of the Bondi Beach massacre.
Well, Josh Lees is the organiser of the Palestinian Action Group protest being planned for tomorrow, and he joins us now. Josh, senior officers say they are not against you holding a protest tomorrow. They just want it in Hyde Park and nowhere else. Why not just do that?
Yeah, well, we've never held a weeknight protest at Hyde Park for very good reason. It's because it's completely out of sight, out of mind. It's going to be dark and rainy. That's not the point of protest, obviously. We need to be seen, we need to be heard, and that's why Town Hall is the most common kind of location for that kind of protest, because we want thousands of people to be able to gather and be seen in our city to oppose this terrible visit.
Can these things not be separated, the horror of what we saw in Bondi and your regular protest movement?
I wish they could be separated. Unfortunately, our government and our media establishment have tried to politicise this tragedy, this horrific attack at Bondi, and now this tour is a completely political tour, and that's being said by Isaac Herzog himself. It's been said by the organisation that invited him here, the Zionist Federation of Australia. They said explicitly that one of the purposes of this tour is to strengthen the ties between Australia and Israel.
Josh, do you support a two-state solution with Israel and a Palestinian state living side by side in mutual security?
I mean, the starting point is that, unfortunately...
I think it's a flying fuck what he says, to be honest with you. You know what I support? I support the nation state of Israel being forced to stand on the nation state of Israel's own words. Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. End of fucking story. Pull down the wall. Why is there an apartheid there? I'll tell you why. Because the United Nations created it. It's not even Israel, it's Canaan. I've said it a million fucking times. It's Canaan. It's the lands of Abraham. This is the tribe of Ishmael still having a dummy spit over a, what's it? 3,600-year-old argument? 4,600-year-old argument? Okay, I'm going to have to go and have a look at the date. Over the illegitimate child of Abraham not getting everything because he wanted all of it to himself and didn't want to share it with his 12 brothers who were all the legitimate children of Abraham. And look, it's biblical. It is. It goes deep. I'm not going to explain it. I've got videos if you want to go back far enough. It's a little while ago now explaining it in detail. It's a layman's term, detail. But unless you're prepared to get your head around that, you kind of don't have a say. Because it's what it's about. At this point, it's the United States of Israel trying to force Australia to become the 52nd state. And Pauline Hanson jumped straight onto that bandwagon, hadn't she? Yeah, I'm going to go make a coffee. Probably shouldn't. I think I'm wound up enough.
No one in Israeli politics supports a two-state solution, starting with Isaac Herzog himself. Sorry,
Josh. Sorry to interrupt you. The question is to you, not what Isaac Herzog supports. What do you support? Do you support a two-state solution in the Middle East?
Yeah, it's quite relevant because the problem is if no one in Israeli politics supports a two-state solution, and when we look at the way this so-called two-state solution has actually been implemented over recent decades, it has actually just been a cover for ongoing Israeli expansion into Palestinian territories, and that's what we've seen for decades now. The ever-increasing construction of illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank, built on the demolished homes of Palestinians, and of course the genocide in Gaza, which many in Israel now are talking about resettling, again at the...
Okay, on top of the biblical side of it, this fight was created by the League of Nations, which became the United Nations, by having the nation state of Israel occupying Canaan. It doesn't belong to them. It doesn't belong to them. This is a Zionist issue. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I don't give a flying shit what anyone thinks about me speaking actually what is. I don't care about the politicised bullshit of it. This is what it is. All the Arab nations get along fine with Palestine. All the Arab nations, they get along fine with them. They don't get along too well with the nation state of Israel, and the nation state of Israel gets along with nobody. Because they want it all. everything. What you think if we give them that they'll be happy with that? No, they won't be happy with that. They want Iran. They want Palestine. They want everything around that. Then they're going to want Pakistan. They got America pretty well out by the balls, haven't they? They're going to want Australia next. What, you think if we start letting them in here and start throwing their weight around, we're already paying for their fucking security detail. They come to our country and we're going to pay for them to come to our country and keep them safe and secure after the trouble they've caused? Fuck that! Going to the protest is a fool's errand. I'm not getting what's going on here. Like with all this, is this from a previous protest or something? I don't really follow protests because I know they're full of shit. They're full of dickheads and they're full of idiots and they're full of people that just want to antagonise. They're just antagonists. The dude's a war criminal. End of story. Doesn't matter what side of the fucking the fluffy dice you're rolling. Well, it really doesn't matter. It's just a war criminal. End of story. How is this why is this a protest for us? It should be a case of he got off the plane and walked straight into handcuffs. And we shouldn't have even had a say in that because he's wanted by the International Court for war crimes against humanity. Right? So what? We're harbouring war criminals now, are we? Oh, Panda, what?
Expensive Palestinians. So, and precisely because that, I believe, is an unrealistic solution. Personally, I do advocate for what is known as a one-state solution, where I think everyone in that area should live together on the principles of equality and genuine democracy.
Well, Josh, the chant from the river to the sea is being banned in Queensland. Firstly, what do you make of that? And also, is it a chant that you expect to hear at protests tomorrow?
Absolutely, we'll be chanting that tomorrow. People around the world are chanting that. It's crazy and outrageous that this has been banned in Queensland, because what that chant says is that in this geographic location between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, Palestinians should be free. Now, what on earth is controversial about a statement that people who are currently living under brutal, illegal occupation, oppression and genocide?
Yeah, but you see, we got the United States of Israel that want all the resources from the river to the sea, and they want to build their Panam in paradise.
Currently living under brutal, illegal...
All of that is Canaan. Like it's the 12 tribes of Abraham. Israel is Jacob. Jacob became Israel. So like they're using biblical scripture. I've been saying this for ages. They're using biblical scripture to manufacture a problem that was created, that started way back when, 1946. Oh, I can't see my thing. In scripture, Israel refers primarily to the patriarch Jacob, renamed after wrestling with God. It designates his descendants, the 12 tribes and the nation chosen for a covenant with God to be a holy people. The term represents both a people and the promised land. The people and the promised land. The people of Israel. The people of Israel and the promised land is not actually dirt. Jesus Christ, Israel is a people group, just like Israel was a man. Okay? Jesus Christ, Israel is heaven on earth. It's not just one little chunk. Otherwise, where do the Gentiles fit in? You know, you and me? The Gentiles? The Gentiles become a part of Israel. Not Israel absorbing the Gentiles, capturing the Gentiles, excuse me. That's not up to the nation state of Israel, it's up to God. It's up to Christ. And who are the Jews? Who are Jesus Christ's Jews? You got my back, I got yours. You know, you hear what I'm saying? You're Aussie Asbro. I don't care if you're from Philippines. You got your thongs, you got your tongs, you got your VB, and you brought lamb chops to the barbie. And we've got each other's back. You're one of us now. That's what he means. All of this is being manufactured, guys. It's being manufactured to create problems. Create that. Who supplies the fireworks? Do you see what I'm getting at? It's created, it's manufactured. Who supplies the fireworks? Who supplies everything to make that happen? Who's going to supply it here? Because you guarantee it's going to happen. Where's it going to come from? We can't get it. We can't buy it. So where's it going to come from? Just stay out of it. Let the big fish hook themselves. The movie Trick or Treat, you are the bait is you. Let the big fish hook themselves. That was Sammy Kerr's advice to, what was his name? I can't remember the protagonist's name. He played Skippy out of Family Ties. Anyway. We're the bait, people. We're the bait. Well, they're the bait. Let them be the bait. Let them get hooked themselves. Like, you know, let the big fish hook themselves. Don't get involved. It's a bit hard to lock everyone down if no one's there, isn't it? Oh, we're locking down Central Casting. Be smart. Don't be a retard and make fucking better choices.